Drive this car perfectly, and the Rolls-Royce will be yours forever. Those words silenced the entire Andoch tech compound under the burning Lagos sun. Hot rays bounced off shiny interlocking tiles in the crowded parking area. The tall glass headquarters stood behind them like a proud giant. Security men froze at the gate, hands resting on their belts. Workers in crisp shirts and high heels stopped walking to stare. Phones came out quickly. Some people started recording the drama. Andrew stood tall, dark-skinned, 45, rich, powerful, and very proud. He wore an expensive navy suit and a bright red cap. People feared him not only for money, but for real power. The car was parked in the middle with almost no turning space. Flower pots, concrete pillars, staff cars, and the gate blocked the way. In front of Andrew stood Monica Abraham, a struggling single mother. She was 36, dark-skinned, beautiful, but worn out by life. Her brown gown was torn at the side and covered in dust. Her old slippers flapped loudly, and her hair looked scattered. Red eyes showed she had been crying for a long time, yet she stood straight, refusing to break in front of everyone. Minutes earlier she had knelt inside reception begging for help. Her daughter was in final year and about to be sent home. She did not want the girl to drop out like she did. Andrew had laughed at her pain with rich man's arrogance. Now he raised the car key high for everyone to see. Drive this car out of here, and it becomes yours today. Staff members gasped in shock and whispered to one another, "Is the boss actually serious about giving away this car?" Andrew pointed at the tiny space with a cruel smile. "Turn this Rolls-Royce here without touching pillar, wall, or car. If you scratch even once, you will sleep in Kirikiri prison." He spoke slowly, enjoying the fear in her tired eyes. Monica looked at him, understanding this was pure humiliation. Someone whispered, "Why is Olga treating her like this now?" Another said, "He believes poor people can never do anything." A third voice added, "This woman somehow looks very familiar." Nobody moved. Everyone wanted to watch the poor woman fail. The sun burned hotter, and the tension grew even heavier. Andrew stretched the key higher, teasing her like a child. "Take the key if you truly know how to drive." Monica swallowed hard. Her lips shook, but her face calmed. Something strong and old returned to her tired eyes suddenly. Confidence flashed like she once ruled roads and danger. Andrew dropped the cold key into her shaking palm slowly. "But remember, if you fail, Kirikiri prison waits for you." Some staff laughed nervously while others shook their heads. A man lifted his phone higher to record everything clearly. Monica nodded once and said, "I heard you loud and clear." She walked toward the car with sudden royal steps. Her torn gown and old slippers no longer looked weak. She touched the Rolls-Royce door like greeting an old friend. The compound fell silent, except for distant Lagos traffic noise. A far police siren wailed, and the Nigerian flag fluttered. Workers whispered, "This space is too tight for that car." Another said, "She will definitely hit something in seconds." Andrew folded his arms, smiling, certain she would fail badly. To him this was a lesson: never beg a billionaire. Monica opened the door and slid into the leather seat. The car smelled of new money and perfect craftsmanship. The dashboard lights glowed softly as memories flooded her mind. Tears wet her eyes, not from fear, but from past glory. She remembered race suits, cheering crowds, and winning trophies. She remembered when her name was shouted across Europe. She closed her eyes and gripped the wheel with strength. Her shoulders straightened, and her whole body became alive again. This was no longer Monica, the cleaner begging for fees. This was Monica, the champion driver from years ago. Andrew shouted from outside, "Start now. We don't have time." Monica opened sharp eyes and pressed the start button gently. Everyone leaned forward, holding breath, waiting for the crash. She checked mirrors carefully and measured space with expert eyes. Then she moved backwards slowly, perfectly, without any jerk. The Rolls-Royce glided past a flower pot by millimeters. She turned the wheels smoothly and reversed into tight angle. Her head moved like someone who did this daily before. In less than 60 seconds, the car faced the gate perfectly. She stopped neatly as if the space was a highway. Dead silence covered the entire Andoch compound for seconds. Even gossipers shut their mouths in complete disbelief. Nobody expected such perfect skill from the poor woman. Monica stepped out, still wearing torn gown and old slippers. But now, she stood tall like a champion returning home. 3 seconds passed before one person began to clap. Then another joined, and soon the whole compound erupted. Secretaries, cleaners, security, engineers, managers all clapped for her. Andrew's proud smile vanished as he stared in shock. He asked in a low voice, "Who exactly are you?" Phones kept recording the moment under the hot sun. Tears rolled down Monica's face as she held the key. She spoke with breaking voice. "My name is Monica Abraham. I was once a professional Formula One racing driver overseas." The entire compound gasped. Some shouted in total surprise. Andrew's mouth opened wide. He knew F1 was elite. Before she could explain who framed and deported her, Andrew's personal assistant Daniel came running from the building. His face was pale, and he was breathing heavily. Andrew turned slowly back to Monica with new respect in his eyes. "You said someone framed you completely and ruined your career." Monica nodded firmly, while wiping fresh tears from her cheeks. "Yes, I was once a professional Formula One racing driver. I was born right here in Nigeria but raced for South Africa. My team gave me the best car, and I won 5 majors." Everyone listened closely now. Even security guards moved nearer to hear. "There was a terrible accident because someone tampered with my brakes. My car spun wildly, and another driver got badly injured. They blamed me fully and produced fake evidence against me. False documents and recordings made the world believe I was guilty. I was banned for life and deported back to Nigeria." The whole compound stayed silent under the heavy Lagos sun. Andrew's proud face softened for the first time in years. "Everyone go back to work right now," he ordered calmly. They hesitated but scattered fast when he repeated himself. Only Daniel remained quietly standing near the entrance door. Andrew faced Monica again and spoke her full name slowly. "Monica Abraham, this Rolls-Royce is completely yours from today." She blinked fast in total shock and disbelief. "Sir, you cannot be serious about giving me this car." "I am very serious. I always keep my promises. From today you are my official personal driver forever. You and your daughter will never live in slums again. I will send people today to move all your things." Monica's eyes filled again while her legs almost gave way. "Sir, I do not even know how to thank you. Just say nothing. You have truly earned every bit." He turned quickly to Daniel with clear instructions. "Take another car and help Monica move everything today." When Monica walked to the gate, her legs still trembled. People who mocked her earlier now stared in pure awe. Some whispered she is the luckiest woman in Lagos. Others said God can lift anyone in one day. That evening Monica and Michelle sat inside the huge mansion. Marble floors shone brightly under massive sparkling chandeliers. Michelle's bright eyes opened wide at every golden detail. "Mummy, are we really going to live here forever?" Monica smiled weakly and answered, "It certainly looks that way." Michelle ran to the window and saw the Rolls-Royce outside. "That giant car is actually ours now, Mummy." Monica pulled her daughter close and tears fell freely. "Never let anyone make you feel small, my child. Your past pain does not decide your future worth." Michelle hugged tighter and whispered, "I am proud of you." From the balcony, Andrew watched them with strange feelings. Guilt, mixed with admiration he had not felt since his wife. He questioned who really failed that day in the compound. "Tomorrow I will take her to lunch," he decided, quietly. But someone inside the mansion already planned to remove Monica fast. Morning sun poured gold over the quiet Billionaire compound. Luxury cars lined up perfectly, and the Rolls-Royce waited proudly. Monica stepped out wearing her new neat black driver uniform. Her hair was packed tightly and her eyes shone brighter. She touched the car hood and whispered, "Thank you, God." Cold footsteps sounded behind her on the wet tiles. "Driver Monica," Catherine called with ice in her voice. Monica turned and saw Andrew's cousin in golden gown. Catherine's sharp face carried clear contempt and jealousy. "Good morning, Ma," Monica greeted with polite respect. "So you are the new driver everyone keeps talking about. You must feel very lucky to land inside this mansion. Not every beggar ends up living with a billionaire." Monica forced a small smile and stayed calm. "I did not plan any of this, Ma. It happened." Catherine laughed sarcastically and folded her arms tightly. "Andrew is too kind, but know your place clearly. You are staff, not family. Never forget that line." Monica's chest tightened, but she answered, "I understand perfectly." "Good. Then always act like the driver you are." Catherine turned sharply and walked away, clicking her heels. Monica sighed deeply and returned attention to the car. At exactly 8, Andrew appeared in light grey suit. Dark sunglasses made him look powerful and untouchable. but his face softened instantly when he saw Monica. "Good morning, Monica. You look completely different today. Maybe because I slept without fear of tomorrow, sir." Andrew chuckled softly and said, "You truly earned peace. Let us go. I have a board meeting now." Monica opened the back door smoothly and entered driver's seat. The gate opened and she drove with perfect calm. Andrew watched her steady hands through the rear mirror. He did not know Catherine was planning final ruin. Monica nodded quietly and walked toward the garage, feeling uneasy. Catherine had been too quiet, too watchful since the day before. Something dark was brewing. Monica could feel it in her bones. At Andoch Tower, Andrew stared at Victoria Island from his office. He had barely slept. Catherine's poison still echoed in his mind. "She fooled you. She's a criminal." The words kept repeating, yet Monica's eyes were too honest, her pain too real. When Monica arrived, Andrew stood by the window holding the file. "Good morning, sir," she greeted with her usual soft voice. He turned slowly and placed the heavy file on the desk. "Monica, tell me exactly what happened before your deportation." Her heart raced. She froze under his searching eyes. "Sir, I already told you I was completely framed. Who hated you enough to destroy your entire life? My manager grew jealous because I was becoming too popular. I discovered he was fixing races and taking dirty money. When I threatened to expose him, he framed me perfectly. Fake bank transfers appeared in my name within days. They accused me of sabotage and money laundering together." Andrew studied her face for any sign of lies. "You have no single proof anyone ever listened to." "I lost my license, my sponsors, my dignity overnight." Andrew sighed deeply and opened the file full of shame. "These headlines and court photos make trust very difficult." Monica stared at the papers and tears filled her eyes. "Catherine brought you these, didn't she?" Monica whispered sadly. Andrew frowned and asked why Catherine would do that. "Because she hates seeing me here," Monica answered softly. "She watches me every day like I stole her place." Before Andrew could reply, Daniel knocked on the door. "Sir, a visitor is here asking specifically for Miss Monica. He says it is urgent and about her past." Andrew and Monica exchanged worried looks across the office. "Send the man in right now," Andrew commanded firmly. A tall South African man in his 50s entered coldly. He carried a thick folder and wore an evil smirk. "Miss Abraham, long time no see," he said mockingly. Monica's breath caught. She whispered, "Mr. Collins, my old manager." Andrew's eyes widened. "You know this man personally. He's the one who framed me years ago." Collins laughed loudly and threw papers on the desk. "Here is proof she stole money and caused the crash. She is dangerous and will ruin you too, sir." Monica picked a document with shaking hands and said, "This is fake. My signature is forged. Anyone can see that clearly." Collins sneered and said victims always claim the same. Andrew stood silent, watching both with unreadable expression. Collins warned Andrew to send her away fast. Then he walked out, leaving tension thick in the air. Monica begged with tears, "Sir, please believe me now." Andrew took a deep breath, torn between heart and mind. "Monica, I need a little time to think clearly. Time. After everything I have shared with you, I am truly sorry," he said, turning toward the window. "You may go for today, Monica." Monica walked out with blurry eyes and breaking heart. Catherine waited in the hallway with a victorious smile. "I warned you. Andrew never mixes pity with business." Monica said nothing and kept walking past her. That evening the mansion felt cold and very heavy. Michelle tried to cheer her mother during quiet dinner. "Mummy, are you okay?" the girl asked worriedly. Monica forced a weak smile and said she was fine. Later, while clearing plates, she overheard voices nearby. Catherine and Collins were talking secretly in living room. "You did well today," Catherine praised with cold laughter. "Andrew believes every lie you fed him perfectly." Collins reminded her she still owed him money. "Don't worry, Monica leaves this house tomorrow morning." Monica's blood froze. She almost dropped the plates. They had planned everything together to destroy her again. That night, Monica sneaked quietly into Andrew's private study. She placed a small flash drive on his desk gently. It contained years of evidence proving her complete innocence. Voice notes, photos, messages, everything was inside there. She whispered to herself, "I refuse to run anymore." Unseen, Catherine recorded her from the dark shadows. By sunrise, the video was trending across social media. Caption read, "Billionaire's driver caught stealing at midnight." Reporters swarmed the mansion gates with flashing cameras. Security struggled to control the shouting crowd outside. Andrew stood pale, watching the short silent video. Catherine pretended to be sad beside him in living room. "I told you she would disgrace you one day. Where is Monica right now?" Andrew asked quietly. "In her quarters. I told guards to hold her. Police are coming soon to arrest the thief." "Who gave you permission to call police?" Andrew snapped. Catherine blinked nervously and said she thought he wanted it. Andrew's jaw tightened. "You do not decide for me." He marched toward Monica's quarters, ignoring Catherine's panic. "If she is innocent, you made a terrible mistake." Monica sat on the floor crying when he entered. "Sir, I did not steal anything. Please believe me. That flash drive contains proof I was framed. It has messages from Collins threatening me for years." Andrew's heart squeezed. "Why place it at midnight? I tried telling you, but you stopped trusting me. Bring full security footage from last night, all angles." Catherine's face went white when she heard the order. "There is no need. Everyone already saw the video. We will show the world the complete truth today." 20 minutes later, Daniel returned with the hard drive. Everyone gathered quietly in the large living room. Even Michelle rushed home after hearing the news. "Play every second of last night's footage now." First Monica entered, placed the drive, and left peacefully. Minutes later, Catherine sneaked in and started recording secretly. She created the fake theft video with her phone. The room went completely silent. Catherine's lips trembled. "That is not what it looks like," Andrew thundered. "You set Monica up and brought Collins here. You fed me nothing but lies from the beginning." Catherine tried to explain, but words failed her. "I was only protecting you from that woman. You were protecting your pride and jealousy only. Pack your bags and leave my house today." Andrew turned to Monica with soft, sincere eyes. "Monica, I am deeply sorry for doubting you. I should have trusted you from the very beginning." Michelle ran and hugged her mother with joy. "I knew he would believe you, Mummy." By afternoon, Andrew held press conference outside mansion. Reporters gathered with microphones ready for the truth. "Yesterday media published lies about betrayal and theft. Today I stand here to reveal real courage. This woman was framed twice, yet kept her dignity. I am proud to make her my business partner. She will head our new transport and safety division." Cameras flashed wildly while people clapped and cheered. Social media changed headlines to celebrate Monica's victory. Monica stood shocked and whispered, "Partner, really, sir? You earned every bit of this new life." Weeks later, Michelle gained admission to study medicine. Andrew paid all her university fees with joy. The mansion now rang with laughter and peace. Monica worked from her own office at Andorch. One quiet evening, Andrew watched sunset with her. "You did not just drive that car, Monica. You drove me back to my lost humanity." She smiled through tears and said, "You gave hope." He knelt, suddenly holding a beautiful diamond ring. "Monica Abraham, will you marry me and share life?" Monica gasped, with hands covering her happy mouth. Michelle shouted from behind, "Say yes, Mummy, now." Monica nodded through tears while everyone cheered loudly. The same words that once mocked her became blessing. "Drive this car and it will be yours forever." Now the car was her whole beautiful future. She finally held the wheel of her own destiny. What a beautiful redemption story. From public shame to love, justice, and victory in one circle. It shows that truth and dignity always win in the end. I'm currently in Abuja, Nigeria, enjoying this on my phone. Where are you watching from? If this story touched your heart, like, comment, share, and follow for more.